Hello, everyone. Welcome to another Winner Circle Sports Betting podcast. Sean Higgs coming at you here. A little NFL action, little preview. The East used to be the Beast, then it went to the Least. We're back to sort of a beastie. We got the Super Bowl champs rolling in the division here. Chip Chirimbes, Doug Upstone rolling with me today to NFL preview. Before we get to that, be sure to hit the thumbs up, like, notification bell on here so you know each and every day whether it's a football preview, maybe it's a football free pick for NFL, maybe it's college football, maybe it's Major League Baseball. Whatever you want to do or whatever you want to watch, don't miss out. Notification bell on. Football Fridays, we'll be back in action. The season opening, I don't know if it's called opening day for football, but first kick, how the hell even word it, guys? It's right. It's coming. It's coming. And your best bet will be to get on the early bird special. Comes out to less than $25 a week, $5.49 total. NFL, go get it at gamblersworld.net. This is where you find all of our best bets. Free picks are the free picks. They're great. But all of our top plays, where we make our money is on gamblersworld.net. NFL, less than $25 a week. You can't beat it. $5.49. Everything through the Super Bowl. And we got some good NFL cappers on the site. We got us three. Paul Bovey's pretty good. Feist, Matt Fargo, Kyle Hunter, Ricky Tran. We got a bunch of cappers for you to choose from. I know Chipper, but you won a couple contests last year, didn't you? In the little football action.
The Review Journal had the college throughout the regular season, and I ended up winning that. And then in the bowl season, I took it from South Point. So it was pretty good year last year. And I'm looking for more of the same. And by the way, hey Doug, did you see Sean sneaking out of my closet with that shirt? I'm just trying to figure out what's going on here.
Just before you came on, we were commenting how spiffy he looks now.
I got to put a lock on there, at least a watchman there, maybe a guardian.
One thing though, Chip, I'm not sure that came out of your closet because I don't think you would have picked that one. It's just
What's wrong with this guy? Look at
this. A little too much pink for me, if you don't mind.
No, hey, but I'm never going to complain about Sean's wardrobe because now he wore white or white or navy or something like for 2 years. You've been doing this before.
I thought he was in a toga. You know?
and then now now he's upped his game. So nice job, Sean.
Yeah, I listen. They'll be back. September's going to come around. There'll be the white. I got the white Nike polo with a swoosh on either side. I got the black Nike polo again, swoosh on either side. I got a nice Tony Soprano polo. It's straight out of Jersey, right out of Newark with the zipper with the lines. It looks
nice. Careful, that Tony Soprano didn't end well.
Yeah, all I need is a little prosciutto, like little meat hanging from me while I wear that one. But yeah, I can't come in here wearing a sleeveless. That doesn't look good.
I mean, Doug, it's like the new school year, when the kids get addressed, they go in to pick up new shoes and new clothes. So the football season's starting, and here he is. He's getting all revved up. And so are we.
He's pulling out his whole wardrobe, 5 shirts. So we're good.
The crazy thing is that no one's going to notice it in July and August, but I bust these crazy shirts out. Now, when we're doing a Thursday night game in the middle of October, November for Thanksgiving, and I pull out one of these crazy things, the comment section will be crazy. Look at this guy's wearing a Hawaiian shirt with Sasquatch on it.
Is there a game tonight?
Soon enough, there'll be Thursday games. Listen, we're going to have games 7 days a week pretty soon in football, right? In September rolls, we have football. I think that second week it goes 7 days with the Sunbelt.
It wouldn't bother me, Sean. As it is, we work every single day. So, I mean, might as well just throw football in. I mean, come on.
Especially, good sport. Not like WNBA or this other nonsense out there. Hey, let's segue WNBA into tush pushes or something. I don't know. Anyway, let's get so we're doing
WNBA push tush. Is that what you said?
John, just put your tongue back in your mouth and start over again.
I can't help it. I got a whole new mouth structure.
Here we go. We're gonna start. We got the Super Bowl champs in here with the Eagles. Everybody loves the Eagles. Here they come, defending champs. Favorites to win the division here, -130. Washington is up next at 205. Cowboys at 550. Giants a distant fourth place, plus 2,500 there. Doug, I don't like coming into a free pick show, whether we're doing a division preview, a league preview, any kind of thing, whether any sport, and say, let's just take the odds-on favorite here, right? I don't think people tune in and be like, oh, look at this guy's just taking a minus 200 fave here as a game, as a pick. I look at this division, though, and yes, do the Eagles maybe kind of take a step back as the fact that they're the Super Bowl champs and let's kind of repeat, and we just got to get to the playoffs, and if we get there with 12 wins during the regular season, doesn't make a difference. The Commanders, you have a squad with a great quarterback, but he's a second-year guy. We've seen sometimes quarterbacks struggle. Then you have Dallas with their quarterback coming back. Now, this would be the intriguing one, right? Because you have a all-pro type quarterback. He's got great wide receivers around him. You'd think new coach, you kind of get that little bump like, hey, we're free. We went from one coach to another coach. And then you got the Giants. I haven't made a move on this division. I don't know if I will. I could get to a winner on this. I don't think it's worth it. We got to hold, put on hold for 5, 6 months, 7 months, whatever. I'm not loving anything here. I'd be more happy with individual game betting. But do you have a favorite in the division?
Well, I mean, I don't know how you don't like Philadelphia, but in terms of betting it, I'm with you. I'm not excited. I'm not excited at all about betting a division winner. Okay, in this one, at least right now. I'm looking at Philadelphia. The last 2 times they've been in Super Bowls. Okay, following season they went 11-6 and 9-7. Okay, so here's the question: has Sirianni now grown as a coach to where he can handle the situation with his team to be the hunted rather than the hunted? And has Jalen Hurts matured enough to where you're going to get consistent efforts out of him? I'm not saying to be exactly like Patrick Mahomes, but to steal games that the Eagles should lose. Is Jalen Hurts now at that level to do that? So to me, that's the big questions about this team. In terms of talent, I think coming into the season, this is the most talented roster in the NFL. Okay, I'm not saying far away. I'm just saying I think that's what it is. But they got a really hard schedule this year. Okay, it's very difficult. And their last 3 games, I'm sure you guys have seen this: Washington at home, at Buffalo, Washington on the road. Okay, that is rough. So I'm looking at this team. They're 11.5 for win total. I would kind of lean over, but that would be at best a lean. Now, in terms of the division, here's how I would maybe do this instead, is that they also have a pretty good opening schedule too of difficult teams. So I would look at Philly on October the 1st after 4 games and see what their odds are and think if you can win with them to win the division at that point. Save the bet now. If they play really well, the odds are going to be worse, so you don't have to bet it. But if they don't play so well, then what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts about what they look like on October 1st? I think it's so get some see what they're doing, okay, before making a decision about them in terms of the division. But otherwise, it's just a lean for me on the over for Philadelphia on win total.
Home versus Dallas, at KC, home Rams, at Tampa. And then it's October, and then you're on your home versus Denver there. But Chip, what do you think about the division? You're going to be a Philly guy too? Probably should wrap it up.
I think it's kind of obvious. I think Philadelphia is the dominant team here in the conference, and everyone's wondering if Washington is going to regress or if they're going to continue to progress. They were very, very fortunate last year in their season, but they really did come on strong. I think they really beat Detroit in the playoffs as it is. And but let me get back to Philadelphia. You may expect a little regression, but I don't know if that's going to mean losses on the playing field. They may not be as dominant, but I still think they have the savvy and the experience, and they've won before. They know they can win. I'm still waiting for Jalen Hurts to get good, and the guy's already won the Super Bowl. I'm looking at him and I'm going, I don't know. And yet he beat me at Alabama when he had those 3rd and 8, and he'd scramble and he'd pull quarterback draws, and he does the same thing here. And let's get to Saquon Barkley. Career year, without a doubt, right? And MVP, no question about it, and he deserves it. I'm going to play him under this year. If there was a bet I want to make, it's under total yards for him rushing. He was injury-free last year for the entire year, which was an anomaly in his career. And plus the fact that I don't know if the incentives to prove who he is, and the fact that they've already been there and they're going to be making sure that he's healthy at the end of the season, I think his total rushing yards should be under. And I'm not even quite sure what the number is, but that's my instinct on it. And he gained, 2,000 last year or close to? And,
Yeah.
11 and a half wins. If they go 11-6, if you bet under, you're getting money plus back. I think the overs are minus $1.30.
Well, the over is
I
plus
just think that if
110.
you play against Barkley, you're going to end up a winner. Maybe the team will cover or not cover some games that they're going to win. So I have a tough. You said it, Doug. Tough to call for me on how many wins they're going to have. I'd like to make a comment about the Giants. I mean, they've got
Yeah,
some
we'll get to
veterans at
those guys.
quarterback and a pizza maker. What's that?
We're gonna get to those guys. This was just to see who was winning the division talk there.
Oh,
But,
is it? Well,
you
I
did-
think without a doubt it's Washington. Washington might be second, and then again, people are looking for them to have some kind of regression. Is Dallas going to be? What's Prescott going to do with that team? What have they done in the offseason? It seems like nothing but turmoil and disarray from them. So, if I had to pick, I'd pick Philly, Washington, Dallas, and then the Giants.
So the Eagles are 11.5 plus 110. Under 11.5 wins is minus 130.
I misread it.
They're it's just. I mean, they're looking at them to be 12 wins is a little plus money.
Well, they should beat the Giants twice. I mean, that's pretty much a given. Now, people don't think the Giants are going to even field the team. And
here we go. We got a lot of Giant hate coming.
Boy, I'll tell you, there's out here.
We'll go right from the top to the bottom in a second. But I want to, you said something, and maybe the comment section might go wild, especially Eagle fan. You said we're waiting for Hurts to get good, and I agree with you, Dad, because it's kind of like he's good, but you're waiting. He wins, but it's kind of like
he's doing his part. He's doing his part.
It's not like he's a Josh Allen, Lamar kind of level. Like you're like, wow, like he's really good, but it's not like, I don't know. It's like he's missing something. I know what you're saying when you say wait for him to be good, because he is good. He won a Super Bowl.
Yeah, he won a Super Bowl, and
he puts up numbers.
He's a champion every level.
But it's weird though. It's like he's missing whatever. Maybe because he's, maybe he gets the old workman like I'm just a winner kind of guy, and then I don't do it. It's not sexy. You don't like my tush push. You think I'm not a good runner. I'm not a good quarterback. The guy is good, but I'm with you. Maybe because we're biased. I'm a Cowboy kind of guy, but I don't look at him on that kind of level. And it's weird because he is really good. He's a really good quarterback. So the Eagles, by the way, favored in 15 games this year. Underdog to Kansas City on the road, and they're underdog the Bills on the road. That Bills game is going to be week 17. Doug had brought up the end of their schedule there with Washington Sandwich. Are they even going to need that game? Like, is that, who's – yeah, maybe they do. You start getting to the back end of those games, and, maybe they're going to want to win that game. But on the same token, how'd the game go before against Washington? Is Washington on their heels? And then you got them the next week in a kind of must-win spot. So these are the things you got to kind of look at, like –
Either of those teams could have the number one seed locked up going into the final game. Either of them, Buffalo or Philadelphia, they could.
Yeah, well, Buffalo should be locked in. They're favored in every game. They got KC, Cincy, Baltimore, the Eagles, everybody at home, so they have a favorable. And you have the Patriots with a second-year quarterback, the Jets, and Miami. So you should really have that locked up by week 17. But I'm going to go back. We'll skip over to the Washington Redskins, Washington Commanders, and the Cowboys, and head to the Giants because I want to get to Chip on his Giant love here, Doug.
Yeah, I got something.
5.5 is their win total. Under is down to minus 120. The juice here. 16 underdog listings. 16.
Listen, they're not good. They're not good. What do you want? I mean, they could have beat Washington opening game last year if they had anyone that could kick the ball. They scored
that's
6
the thing,
touchdowns and make 0 extra points. Ha!
I bet the Giants are ready for week 1 plus 7. I took them.
I think they could go over because, you got Russell Wilson. You got Jackson Dart. Who knows if he's going to play? My man, Jameis Winston, he'll throw 3 up, but he'll throw 3 into the end zone, too. And, of course, Tommy DeVito, man. This kid's making calzones on the side and T-shirts. And but that's not it. I really think that I got to play, and I don't know what action it is, but anything his name is mentioned in, I would play this year, and that's Cam Scatterbo from Arizona State. And I love this kid that raves out of New York. They're just raving about the guy. So if you can get a shot at him, a rookie of the year, offensive rookie of the year, anything along those lines, I say take a shot. And I think this guy is going to be the offensive difference for the Giants. He's 5'10 and a half, and people don't want to hit him. I mean, he's a tough kid. I loved him at
He put a
ASU
show on
last
in the
year.
bowl game for sure.
They won the Big 12 crown out of nowhere last year, and he was the key factor. And anything where he might be involved in at any of DraftKings or FanDuel or wherever you may be playing your action. If you get a proposition with his name on it on the offense, I'd take a shot because I think he has got a great shot out there because of his heart.
Big Cam fan here for Chip Doug. I gotta say with this 5.5 wins, I sort of lean over. Now, again, covering is not winning games, and I said it kind of like when we're against Washington. You look, they have Washington, they have Dallas Eagles. I will not be shocked if they score a split against one of these teams or two.
They got to be better, don't they? I mean, they were playoff removed, Doug, 2 years ago? I mean,
coach is on the hot seat. You got Russell Wilson I don't know what he is now, but Winston puts up numbers.
He can't squeak out 3 wins. I mean,
you have a game against the Saints, who are going to start a rookie quarterback with a head coach who I don't think was a great coordinator with the Cowboys. You're at New England. I mean, again, that's a winnable game.
They always play the Patriots tough. That's one thing. The Pats always struggle against
that's
the
another
Giants
second-year quarterback, and okay, they got a new head coach and a new regime change, stuff like that. But still, I don't know about that. And then you have a game versus Minnesota with a rookie quarterback. You got Minnesota in December whenever they show up here. Excuse me, they got Minnesota. I thought it was in December. I got the schedule right here. I'm on depth charts right now. They have Minnesota December 21st. So they got that team coming out to the outdoors with a rookie quarterback in the Meadowlands. That's a winnable game. Vegas is a winnable game. The Bears, I think, could be a winnable game. I like the over, Doug. I like the over.
Well, you know what? As they like to say, I'm happy for you. Okay. Because I'm not going that direction. Okay. This team last year, number 30 total offense, 31st in points, 24th in total defense, 24 against the pass. Okay. So you have all of those things coming back. You got the same coach, got a couple new players. Here's the thing about so Russell Wilson. I mean, does anybody really think Russell Wilson's going to be any? He wasn't any good with a decent Pittsburgh team. He's going to be better with a terrible team. And you know what, Chip, I'm with you on Cam. Okay, but Cam can't go anywhere. Okay, he might have a big heart, but they're going to tackle his body. Okay, and
they're going to take a punishment for it too. I'll tell you,
he's going to get tackled behind the line of scrimmage in a lot of cases, or
I hope
not very far down the field. So here's my take on the Giants just in general. Okay, they drafted Jackson Dart. I don't think Jackson Dart is a NFL starting quarterback. My opinion. Okay, I think he is a better version of Will Grier, if you remember him from West Virginia.
Oh my goodness!
No, I'm serious. I'm 100%.
Well, that's not hard to say. Will Grier. What was Will Grier? So.
Okay, but Will Grier was a very good college player. He went in the first round, like what, 20 something, not unlike Dart. So if I'm the Giants, I don't care. I'd play Winston, I'd play Wilson, I'd play whomever, literally the entire season. Okay. And the reason I say that, as opposed to playing Dart, I would teach Dart how to become a NFL quarterback, not play him, how to become one. Because what's going to happen, Dobell's going to get fired. Okay. So if you invest all this energy to have him learn this offense and to do, all these things, and then next year he's got to do the whole thing over again.
New coach. Yep.
I mean, why invest all that? So
they moved up to take him in the first round. I
think if he's your guy, invest in his future, not in immediate. Okay, with this team, I think they're under 5.5. I don't think, will they lose games? Okay, I mean, they're still the Giants. They're going to lose games, in the fourth quarter. Okay, I mean, that's just the way it is. So
as long as they cover, I'll be happy.
I mean, they might win 5 games. I'm not saying that, but
yeah.
Well, Doug, they got to win 6.
I know. Well, that's why I'm going under.
That's a tough number.
Again, I like the over. I think there's winnable games. And as you said, I'm with you 100% on Dart. And we've had this conversation all the time. I bring up these quarterbacks. Let them sit for a year at least. Please. Yeah. You got Russell Wilson, who's probably a Hall of Fame quarterback, right? People think of him as that good, right? Good guy to learn from. Jameis Winston is maybe you don't want to learn from him.
He might get in there and throw 4 touchdown passes in some game.
But again, you got another veteran ahead of him. You don't have to force this kid in there on a bad team. Mac Jones is – where's Mac? Mac Jones with the Niners. The guy was like traded up for. Right? Trey Lance is going to be he's in the Chargers. The guy was traded up to be a number 2 pick. He's on his third team, 4 team, and 3. So give the guy – let him sit and learn. How many busts have we seen quarterback-wise the last few years?
And I forgot one other thing I wanted to mention too is I'm going to also disagree with this, Sean. I would say for Giants division wins under 1.5. That's my opinion on that one.
Okay. Well, again, that's not to win 2 is tough because let's be honest, Philly could probably beat them twice and beat them pretty good, right? They're
8-1 to make it to the playoffs.
They've beaten them. They've owned them lately. And then you have a team like Washington here. Now you got a quarterback who doesn't look like a bust. Looks pretty darn good. They're picked for second here, second in wins, second in the odds to win in division. Trendy coach, trendy quarterback. They go out and grab a nice wide receiver. Everybody kind of like with the Niners. But this team, here we go. 9.5 on the total, plus 205 to win in division. Favorite in 11 games. They have 7 games. I'm going to throw it back to you, Doug, and we'll head back to Chip with this. 7 games, the line is between 1.5 and 2.
Okay.
I mean, that's and again, you got a guy, second-year quarterback. We got a year of film. You had some nice kind of lucky wins, kind of comeback kind of stuff. You're going to get all those breaks this year. Again, Washington to me, I told you I took the 7 in week 1 because Giants have a kicker. They were in the game. An extra point, they would have won. I think they're better than last year's club. Why not give me 7? But again, for the season, I don't know about Washington. I do not know.
Yeah, before I get to Washington, I will tell you, I'm not looking for any luck here. I've been doing this this is my 23rd year, of doing this. And so, so I have been at various monitors for a number of years. So I have 7 NFL titles. That includes regular season, postseason, where I was number 1. I also have, I think it's 24 top 10 finishes at these monitors. And these monitors aren't 10 guys at the place. We're talking about 50, 75, some cases 100 different guys at the site. So, I have a great track record, in the NFL. I'm going to look to continue that this year. We're talking NFL football, so just wanted to get that out there. You can also the season package. Right now, Sean brought it up, less than $25 a month. So whether it be myself, whether it be Chip, whether it be Sean or any of the other guys here at the site, make sure to check it out. But speaking of Washington, new darlings of football, right? Yes, the NFL. Jalen Daniels looks like a keeper, right? Everything looks good. But for as far as him goes, they were the number 3 rushing team last year. Washington was, but a big part of that reason was because of Daniels' ability to scramble, make plays, and stuff like that. But the thing is, somebody mentioned Josh Allen before. Well, the Jalen Daniels body type is far closer to RG3 or much closer to RG3 than it is to Josh Daniels. So first of all, Washington, to me, their number 1 priority. Cut his rushing attempts in half this year. Yeah. But the idea still, though, is that because they do have a good offensive line, is to still finish in the top 5 in rushing. So if Washington does that, that's a huge plus. I think their passing game will be stronger just overall. Daniel's second year in the league. Yeah, sometimes guys go backwards a little bit, but I think they improve the receiving core. Concern for Washington still is the defensive line. I don't see where they got better. They were 30th against the rush last year. I think teams will look to expose that more. I think it'll be tested right away. And here's a question I have for you about Dan Quinn. Dan Quinn, first year in Atlanta. Fabulous. After that, not so much. Yeah. First year defensive coordinator with Dallas. Excellent. Great. Yeah. After that, not so much. So here's my question. Is Dan Quinn an organizer that creates improvement, or is he a long-term solution as a head coach? I don't know that answer, okay, right today, okay, based on what I just said. I still think Washington, though, talent-wise, is capable of winning more than 9.5 games, which is their number. I can see them winning 10 or 11 this season. So I'm gonna lean with the over overall, but it's not a play that I would bet myself.
Yeah, listen, you got a lot of, again, 70 of these games in that 1-2 range. It's a coin flip, Chip. What do you think? 9.5?
Well, from what I think it's under 9.5. And not so much because I hear so much about Washington this year supposedly having a regression, which I think is going to happen on the field as far as the way the games broke for them last year. They won games that maybe they weren't supposed to on Hail Marys and things along those lines. But everyone's talking about the regression of Jason Daniels. And, I think of one other LSU quarterback who came in right and started, and he hasn't had a regression year yet, and that's Burrow. And it came from the same place. And this kid, I think, is special. I don't think he's regressing at all. I think he's only going to improve on what he's done. He's learning. He just seems to me like such a natural out there. Sean, he's got to stay healthy. You're right. He's got the spindly frame. And if he gets crushed, their season's going down the drain as well. But I think last year he surprised a lot of people and things broke for them really well. And then at the end, they had the confidence and momentum and they played great. But as a team overall, I think they may have a regression, but I don't think that's going to happen to Daniel. So Washington, Midland again, maybe 9 wins and 10 wins, and that's why the number's 9.5. But do you have to lay to play over? Do you have to lay like $1.50 or something? Because if that is the case, I definitely play under 9.5.
125, minus 125 on the over.
I definitely play the under if I was to make a play on that. And to make the playoffs, you're minus $1.40, and we'll see what happens to Dallas. I mean, is Dallas going to emerge? Because what do they say? 1/3 of the teams that made the playoffs one year don't make it the next. So it's going to be interesting to see what are the 6 new teams to get there and the 6 that are going to be eliminated. So Washington, I think, is on the cusp.
Well, Washington, Dallas Eagles, they all got to play the AFC West. So you have trips to KC, Denver, the Chargers, and the Raiders, who – I don't know. They could be improved. They got a new coach.
I think that's tough playing that conference in the West.
That's not easy. You're going to go. I mean, you have this team. Washington has to go play at Kansas City, at the Chargers. You have Denver at home and you have Vegas at home. You got the 2 toughest teams you got to go play at.
Yep.
Not easy. Not easy. Final game. Final team we'll be covering. Dallas Cowboys. But listen, you're here. Make sure you hit that like button. Put your comments in. And I know there's a lot of Eagle fans here. Philadelphia, I'll get you riled up. Eagles fans. Cheesesteaks are terrible. How about that? I said the cheesesteaks they're not really. I like the cheesesteaks. No onions. I'm not an onion guy. Cowboy fans, I know you're going to come out of woodwork. Giant fans, I don't know what to tell you. And Washington's, you guys are pumped up. Let us know what you think. Overs, unders, they're going to win. Playoffs, Super Bowl bound. Let us know. And, of course, the early bird NFL, $5.49, a little less than $25 a week. If you don't, I know damn well we've made you more than $25 a week here since we've been doing these videos. Make the smart money move. Get on board. Myself, Chipper Doug, Mr. Tournament guy here, or what was it? Contest guy, tournament guy. Chip Chirimbes. Cowboys, 7.5 over minus 160. Favored in just 6 games this year as these lines come out with the schedule. 8 games between plus and minus 1.5. At Jets, at Carolina, home versus Arizona. At Vegas, home versus Mini, home versus the Chargers. At the Giants, they are a 1.5 point favorite because that is week 18. And who knows where the Cowboys will be. Dak is back. That's great. Pickens comes to town. CeeDee Lamb. Yay, look at this. Who the heck is running the ball on this joke team here? Miles Sanders, Javonte Williams. Are you kidding me? The offensive line loses another guy. They had offensive line's last problems, and you lost your quarterback for the year. Yeah. 7.5 under is plus money. Again, this is not pulling out the old reverse jinx. Like your baseball team goes down 3-0 in the first inning. Like, oh, this is a loser, and you're trying to play it out with your rally cap on. No, I'm not trying to reverse jinx my Cowboys. I don't think they're going to be a good team. I thought they'd be an under team last year. I think they're an under team this year. I think the coach is terrible, Chip. Terrible hire. And the owner, what's he saying already? And he's
Well, the odds makers do not like the Cowboys. These numbers here tell me they really think they're going to be irrelevant. Excuse me. They don't think there'll be a factor whatsoever. But they're 2-1 not to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
That's kind of telling to me. I mean, Prescott's never been impressive. I don't know. You know, when they took him, I think he's exactly what he is. And they're going to be what they are. At best, 9. I can't see them going to be 9-8. I can't. And their number's 7.5. It may be under. That number's telling me they're going to struggle.
The thing is,
they're playing 11 games. 17 games, are they not?
The thing with Dak, 33-8 versus the NFC East, by the way.
Well, the Giants can beat them one time this year.
33-8. The guy beats these teams. But you've had bad Washington teams. You've had some bad Giants teams, and you just had to kind of split. Or they've had decent regular seasons sometimes, and they win their games at home or whatever.
They were winning 10, 11 games every year. They were just getting crushed every playoffs. I mean, the
33-8's kind of, you look at that number and you think they're going to have one loss, Doug, here versus their division rivals. I don't know, though. I just think the offensive line has too many holes. You got to be able to run the ball just a little bit to save the quarterback, and you come back from injury to boot. I don't see it. I'd like to see it. I just don't.
Yeah, the coaching change thing. I don't really have an opinion on Schottenheimer. I know a lot of people don't like him. I don't see him. I think just the change will be refreshing because I think the whole McCarthy thing kind of wore everybody out with that. So this team, no question, huge punching bag. And I can't remember a year that just across the board where more people were picking on Dallas this year than any year that I can remember in recent history. Their running game has to be average. Okay. Prescott has to play, every game, essentially. The defense has to stop the run after being 29th last year. Because but no Prescott, and especially on offense, 31st in red zone offense last year, 31st. Red zone defense, 32nd. So, and the other thing too, by the way, is because the Cowboys actually opened at 8.5, okay, on the win total. So now they're down to 7.5. I considered 8, to be honest with you, at 8.5. I considered Dallas for an over until I saw their ending schedule, because this is what changed my mind about 8.5, about winning 9 games, is that on December 21st, they play the Chargers. 4 days later, on Christmas Day, they're at Washington, and then they close at the Giants. I don't like that, that whole scenario there. So that chased me off that. But at 7.5, I think there's still enough talent on this team if Prescott plays. Because the other thing, this leads to my other thought. Now, to me, that's only a lean. A play that I do like for betting purposes, the last 3 times that Prescott played 16 games, he threw over 4,000 yards. Okay. I think he plays 16 games. It's plus 110 for him to throw over 4,000 yards. That's what I would prefer to play anything with Dallas in this instance. But again, otherwise at 7.5, I think they can win 8 games, but not anymore.
So some player props here. Doug's liking the Dak over passing yards. Chip had brought up under Saquon Barkley after his big season last year, and also jumping onto some Cam Skidaboos. I got to say, you mentioned the end of the Cowboys schedule. How about coming into November out of their bye week? Their trip at Las Vegas, which, okay, Vegas, you don't know how they'll be. And you're out of your bye week. You'd expect, I don't care who you play, you should be winning that game. Or if you're an underdog, a possible upset special. Home versus Philly. Home versus Kansas City. At Detroit. Home versus Minnesota, and you mentioned the Chargers. I mean, that is a tough little run right there. I mean, forget about the ending. How are they going to fare? Give them the Vegas win. Philly, KC, Detroit, all in a row. They could go 0-3 right there. And at that point, the wheels could be spinning because you're coming out of your bye week bad, thinking you have to run the table.
No,
I can't
I
believe
get
I
it.
can't
Yeah.
believe this is juiced to a 160.5 to the over. I mean, 8 and 9, it's quite possible, but I'm not hopeful. It's been freaking 25, 30 years. 30. I feel like the guy in the airplane movies. Like, they brought their tickets. They knew this could happen. The hell with them. The plane's going to crash, right? That's how I feel for the last 30 years trying to cheer for this team.
Yeah, well, it's not a lot of fun, that's for sure. Right now. Hey, by the way, one thing I'd like to bring up, you talk about Jalen Hurts. You know, you listen to sports fans, you listen to things. The number one criteria, okay, of what determines a great team and a great quarterback, they win the Super Bowl. So Jalen Hurts, he's not that good, okay. This guy's better. This guy's better, okay, and yet. Jalen Hurts has Super Bowl ring, and let's see, Josh Allen, nope. Joe Burrow, nope. Okay, so you can go down the list here. Probably about a half dozen guys that are definitely better than Jalen Hurts, but yet, so I just like the selective reasoning of people. Okay,
it is. It comes down to the wins.
Most important thing, but until it's not.
Yep, winning is all about. He needs more wings. He's not that good. Well. Win a Super Bowl. Troy Aikman's in the Hall of Fame, and Hurts is probably will probably have better stats all around than Troy Aikman. He will. I think Troy Aikman threw like 21 touchdowns once. Yeah, in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, well, but the game was different.
He had a great team.
Yeah, but had a great team, and they ran the ball a lot more than what they do now.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's a different game, but still, I just I guess this is part of me just, kind of like Hurts what happened to him at Alabama. Okay. It's just, he got disrespected there, and he made his own bet in terms of his own play, losing the job there. But still, this guy is a proven winner. He went to Oklahoma.
Yes.
Great.
Got the character, won the winner.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. There's in the grand scheme of things, being a winner can be a lot more important than being Dominique Wilkins as a off the cuff comment.
Absolutely. Mark Malone. Charles Barkley.
Chip, any last thoughts on the East here before we wrap it up?
Yeah, I like my offensive bet with the Giant rookie, and I like under with the Giant ex running back.
There you go. Some player props. We got this.
As far as wins and losses, I think it's tough. And the Giants to go over 5.5.
And who? Giants over?
Yeah, that's I'd have to play that just because.
Yes,
I
got them.
They're terrible. They got to be over. I just hear so much bad stuff about them. I have to be the Antichrist here. I have to play over them.
Okay. Well, you are anyway, Chip.
I haven't heard
you
one
already
positive
the
thing about
Antichrist.
Are they? Can they be that bad? Can they be that bad?
They were.
They were last year, without a doubt. They weren't even a professional.
Can they be
product,
again?
Right.
Listen, they were, and then I think we did a little video on the AFC South, and Chip was all high on Danny Dimes to come in as be comeback player of the year. You guys a Giant fan. We don't even he's a closet Giant fan.
Wait a minute, I got more for you too.
Barkley under rushing yards. Cam Scata Boo Boo. Look for different props with Cam. Under
like any prop to play him to win.
Over passing yards for Dak, which when he's out there, he throws the ball. He's got two guys who are going to catch it. My favorite, it's the Giants over. Take Giants week 1 well. I'm going to look for them to be covering games. I think it'll be disrespected. And there you have it. Listen, head to Gamblers World. NFL packages are up. Go get them. $5.49 for the season. Less than $25 a week. Make that smart money move. Gentlemen, good to see you. Good luck this season, and we will see you again with more NFL comments. Go at it. Go at it, folks. Want to hear what you had to say. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.